Another day, another story. Hey everyone. My husband suggested I update you all on our awkward situation. So we went to stay with my in-laws for a belated Christmas/New Year celebration. All in all, it was an okay time. For the first few hours, Step Phil wouldn't even look my way. But I focused my attention on catching up with my Bill and Step Sil were playing with their puppy. At some point, Step Phil took his daughter out for some one-on-one time. That's when Mill told us she didn't know exactly what happened, but she knew something had happened between us, saying Step Phil wanted to reconcile, but he was too upset he had other issues going on at the same time. I wanted to tell Mill about the situation then, but my husband shook his head, so we left it at that. We did, however, start talking about Step Phil's emotional state. We said we felt he was too rough on their puppy, and Mill said he once got so mad at the puppy that he thought about throwing it down a flight of stairs. That jogged a memory for me. Once I was driving with Step Phil to go pick up his daughter, and he told me about a time he got so mad at a kitten that he actually strangled it. I've since talked to my therapist about the potential animal abuse and husband, and I have talked about whether or not we think Mill is in danger. We haven't noticed any signs that Mill is being abused, but she grew up in an abusive household, so we're trying to be super observant in case she's trying to hide it. When it was time to say goodbye at the end of the weekend, there was an awkward lull as I tried to figure out how I would say goodbye to Step Phil. I decided to give him a brief hug, and thankfully he didn't hold on. He just put an arm around me for a second and said, "Get home safe." Well, that was a few weeks ago, and husband and I were feeling comfortable about being low contact with Step Phil. That is, until Step Phil snapped me the other day. It was a video of him driving. Yes, he is constantly on his phone while driving, and singing along to a Christian rap song. After a minute of singing, he said something to the effect of, "Here's some music to get you going for the day. Jamming for Jesus. By the way, I love you and I hope you're having a good day." I didn't respond. Today, my husband called his mom and she told him that she now knows exactly what happened. She said she feels for all of us, but acknowledges that what he said was inexcusable. After that phone call, she sent my husband a bit from a podcast about emotional immaturity and how people sometimes revert back to their old selves when recalling a traumatic experience. For context, when we were at the coffee shop during the original incident, Step Phil told me how he lost his virginity. He told me the woman who took his virginity laughed and mocked him for it. That's what Mill was referring to when talking about emotional immaturity. I'm not sure why she's not including me in these conversations. I talked to her today, but we never talked about the situation. This evening, Step Phil snapped me again. This time it was him driving and singing along to that Taylor Swift song, "Anti-Hero." You know the line. "It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Thank you, and having you here was a privilege to me. Please support the channel by subscribing.